Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Friday. It's your girl, Gigi, back again with another video. And I just wanted to say, let me tell y'all, God is so good. Not only is he a good God, he is an on-time God. He is a forgiving God. He is a God that provides. Listen, I was having a conversation with my sister last night, and we were talking about a completely different topic. And for some reason, God just moved us to just talking about the Bible. We started talking about praise and worship music. And I was just telling my sister, when you're talking to God, whether it be in the car, whether it be in the shower, whether you're on your knees and you praying to him at night before you go to sleep, make your request known to him. A lot of times we feel like we got to make our prayers long and lengthy, or lengthy and long, however you guys want to put it. We feel like we got to throw so many scriptures into our prayer, but we just need to keep it real with God. Keeping it real with God will help you so much. I can't tell you how many times when I first started, my walk with God, I was so timid. I just didn't want to let him know what was going on, even though he already knew what I was doing. Like, come on now. He sits high, he looks low. He already knew what was going on. But I was so timid. I was so ashamed to, let him know certain parts of my life, areas of my life that I was struggling with. And certain, prayers I was sending out to him, they just were not being answered. Or I just was not ready to receive those answers. But until I got to that moment in my life and I said, God, if it's in your will, it will be done. And I started talking to God like I'm talking to my homegirl or my boyfriend. God started moving mountains. I find myself talking to God so much these days because not only are we living in crazy times, but whether I'm going through good moments in my life or bad moments in my life, I'm always giving him his praise. Always. Because I know there's some kind of lesson coming from whatever I'm going through. If there's a drought in my business, I know there's a reason why there's a drought, and I know there's going to be a lesson that comes from that drought. If I'm at odds with a friend or if I'm at odds with a family member, I know there's a lesson coming from that. And before, I used to always find myself like, God is just doing this, he's doing that. And I can be completely honest with you guys. I was a lukewarm believer. I would always say, out in public, or, I always, dressed it up nice, like, yeah, I'm with God. But I just was not, my actions were not in accordance with it, And I just had to be honest with myself. And like I was telling my sister last night, like, you don't have to be perfect. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to let God do his work in your life. Like me, right now, and going forward, God is sitting in the driver's seat in my life. I'm passenger princess with God. And I love it there because, sorry y'all, because whatever I'm going through, I know God's taking care of it, whatever it may be. Even if it looks ugly, even if it looks crazy, even if I still don't even know, Lord, how am I going to get through this? God's handling it. And I have so many people that reach out to me and they tell me, Gigi, you just don't know what kind of light you have over you. And if I want to be quite honest with you guys, God's favor has always been over me since I was a little girl. His favor has always been over me. I always knew that God had me in the palm of his hand. Even if I may stray away, for a while, I always revert back to him. And because I know at the end of the day, the only person that's going to handle certain situations or take me through it and bring me through it is God. So I'm saying this, I do, what else am I trying to say right now? I say all this to say, if you are one that, is on the fence or you feel like God's not listening to you, let me tell you, God is closer to you than you even think. Like he's very, very close. Like very close. Because I used to feel like God was never listening to me. But now, I feel like God just right there like, girl, I got you. My daughter, I got you. And that's all we need. That's all we need. So that's all, y'all.